Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Love Bree, and while the kids are napping, I'm going to try to get a tag done. So let me just share with you guys what I have already prepped. I did die cut some tags here. I am going to be sandwiching 210-pound cardstock tags in between a piece of chipboard because I don't know how heavy this tag is going to be on top. So I did cut out 3 of those. And I just used a tag from my stash. I did share this in a old design team haul video or project share, I believe. So that's where that one came from. If I could remember which video it was, I will share it down below in the description box. And then one of the main dies is going to be Mr. Spencer, who is Tim Holtz' new colorized die. And it is Spencer the Skull, and I love this die. I picked it up from Joann's. I will have a Joann's haul out soon. And it comes with, honestly, not that many dies. I have a lot of his colorized dies, and sometimes I'm sitting there forever. This one is actually only 6 dies total. Really easy. I love his dies too because it tells you what colors each die needs to be cut out of. So even if you're not using the colors that it says on the back, you can still determine which colors are going to be cut out. So this one says gray 1, the other one says gray 2. I think there's a cream 1, cream 2, and a white. So you can determine, you know, what colors are going to go off of there. But you can also tell by the way that the dies look which goes first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, however many steps there are, just because there are more details so that are getting cut out. And that's what's going to be popping through behind it, are those other solid dies, if that makes sense. So I do love his colorized dies. It's very therapeutic. So I used that, and then I might be using one of these sentiments from the Bold Text Halloween. I will either die cut it or I will stamp it. I most likely will die cut it. But I did pull out this stamp and stencil from Joann's as well this year. And then I also picked up this set right here. And this is the Stampers Anonymous Life of the Party. And I really loved this cobweb. I was thinking of doing this with just a tone on tone, but we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, I'm going to glue my tag base together so that way I can let that dry. So I'm going to use liquid glue because I like when the liquid glue dries. And I am going to be using Fabri-Tac today because of all the layers that I'm going to be doing on here. I kind of want it to stick good. This is right here is my liquid hot glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my small bottle. And normally I will paint the edges whatever color I am going to be covering it up with. But I have another idea and I'm hoping it turns out fine. If it doesn't, oh well, trial and error. But I'm going to go ahead and just glue this. I go crazy with my glue. Sometimes you really don't need the amount that I put, but I go crazy because I just always want to make sure it's going to be on there for as long as it can be there for. Gonna try to work fast here. I don't have any idea how or what I'm gonna do with this tag. All I know is I'm gonna be using this Spencer Scully Skull. So here we go. And I hope that my background is not too bothersome. I love my black and white polka dots, and I thought that this background was so pretty. All right, there we go. Put that there. So now I'm going to go ahead and just let this dry off. I'm going to put together this skull right here. And I'm going to use some Nuvo for that. So I'm probably going to skip through this Tim Holtz, he does do like he does like live videos of his new release, and he shows you guys kind of how it's done, how it's put together. So I don't think you guys need to watch me do all that. And I forgot to punch some of these things out, of course. Okay. But like I said, this one doesn't have very many steps, so. And I did do hot pink for the eyes. And you guys, for this tag, I was like, oh, I'm just going to do like creepy black and gray. Nothing bright, no pink. And of course, I chose to do a pink skull. So I just can never get away from pink. I'm always turning to it. So I have hot pink for the eyes. And then I just get lighter from there. And I did add a little bit of purple, just a little bit of a lighter purple. The last layer that you cut out, there's going to be 3 little pieces, so make sure you don't throw any of those away. They're not too small, so I don't think you can miss it, but just in case. So I'm just lining these up. Sorry guys, I'm literally just lining this up here. Okay, so I know skulls are not supposed to have little eyeballs, but I think I might use some pearls to add some eyeballs in here. But we'll see. Okay, so there's that, and I am going to use some of this Stickles and Neon Flamingo. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add it to the hot pink. I could have just used like glitter paper, but I need to start using up things that I have, so I chose some Stickles for my stash. But this is how it looks. And it does have the Stickles. Very sparkly. So there is that. So I'm going to let this dry now. And I'm going to go ahead and start working on the actual tag. So like I said earlier, I wanted to use this stamp, Stampers Anonymous stamp. And normally I don't buy these because they get pricey. I think they're like close to 40 bucks each. But this one was on sale for like 20 on Joann's.com. I did not see it on there anymore. But I did grab this one because I just loved this cobweb. So I want to use it. I have not used red rubber stamps in so long. Oh gosh. Okay. So this is gonna get put on here. I think I'm gonna have it go all the way like this. I like that long part right there. So I'm probably gonna do something like this. Okay, so I brought out my Wow embossing powder in clear gloss, and it's in the super fine, so I love this stuff. It's my big bottle, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this. I'm going to use, since we're doing Tim Holtz today, it's not Christmas right now, so I'm gonna take this off. Okay, so swap this around because for rubber. Ooh, I shouldn't put these together. No, these are really strong magnets. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. I did add my own little grid thing there. It just makes it easier for me to line things up. And I'm going to pick this stamp up, place this where I want. Okay, it should be good right here. So I'm just going to hold this down. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And I'm going to do it with my Hero Arts Clear embossing and watermark ink. Ooh, okay, and what I'm going to do is actually use my powder tool and add some powder. I don't know why there's this much coming out, but okay. Alright. Stamp this. I'm going to try to push down more of the center. Okay, that should be good now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll clean this off camera so you guys don't have to watch that. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and dust this with my clear. And you know what? I use this, I think, on gold. I do not want no color. Ooh, it's my first time using my big bottle. It's a lot. Okay. It'll be covered anyway, but this is how it looks like. That would be pretty cool in white. I should have stamped it in white next time, but at least I know. But that's really cool. Okay, I'm so glad I picked up this this stamp. Okay, so now I'm going to use my heat tool to heat this up. So I'm just going to use my high temp on my heat tool. Okay. Alright, so there it is. Definitely could do it with white ink, but it's all good. Okay. So now I do want to take some of this is Chris Jagged. I'm just gonna he won't mind. It's okay, guys. I'm gonna do laundry and it doesn't stain. It's just powder. Okay. So now all that white is off. And as you guys can see, there is this embossing of that cobweb. So now I'm going to go ahead and just see how I'm going to have this. Oh, just touch the glue. So I'm going to have it somewhere on this corner. And then I pulled out some spiders from my stash. I actually didn't haul this, but I need to. I actually picked up a couple packs. I hate tarantulas. I hate anything like a hairy bug or like a hairy spider or anything like that. I don't like. But this tarantula was it. So there's like this gray and this black one, but they might be a little too big. So I don't know if you guys can see. Ah! I don't know if they're alive or what, but they just keep falling on the ground. Okay. These things are just falling. Okay, so this is how they look. As you guys can tell, they're really fuzzy. But they might be too big. they're bigger than the skull, so that might not be good to use. Okay, well that might be a no-go. Okay, and then I did pull out some of this moss that I picked up from the 99-cent store that I hauled. And I think it does have this weird smell to it, but I think I'm going to use some of that. And either this gray or black mesh, I mean not mesh, but like, what is that called? Cheesecloth. So, I mean, I have a lot of black going on. Ooh, yeah. I think I might do a little mix. Here I go. Using my Tim Holtz scissors. I'm just gonna randomly cut. This is tablecloth, or like, this is from the 99-cent store this year, because I haven't dug into my bins yet. I'm kind of scared to. Alright, so here is some of the black. And it's gonna go on there like this. And I think I'm gonna pull some of this gray. Oops. And just kind of sneak some in, maybe behind, so it's not too noticeable. Okay. I'm actually cool with that. I do have pink, what is this? Why do I keep forgetting? Cheesecloth. I have pink, but I really wanted, like I said, my first thought process was going towards like gray and black and no pink, no purple, no orange, but I couldn't, so here we go. So something like this. It's gonna go on there like that, and then I can always give it a haircut later. And then I am going to add some of this moss there. There is actually, that I had on my desk, was some pink tulle. So I might add that into the mix too of the stuff. Just a little bit. Like this. Okay, that might actually work. To this spider. Okay, I think I might use a gray spider, and I'm gonna pop this bad boy up a lot. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my little finger thing. Don't want to flick you guys off. I'm gonna add some hot glue to the back here. I'm just going to commit, you guys, because I already know me. I could take forever on this tag. But I set a little time limit for myself because I have so many other things I need to do. And so I'm going to try to stick to that. Because, I don't know. Less stress, more crafting. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm just going to glue the spider down now. You guys, I barely had this hot glue plugged in, and for some odd reason, it's turning brown. And I know for a fact it ain't that, the tip of it, because I've never had that problem. It has to be the glue sticks. Okay, so I guess I'll keep this on my finger. But this is the moss. It doesn't smell great, but you guys, it adds so much texture. I don't even know if we could use this on crafts. I did some research on it, and you can use this stuff on moss. I mean, on crafts. You can also, like, rejuvenate it. Is that the word? That kind of sounds odd. By just adding some water to it, so. I let Kalea play with some in her little sensory bin that I made her. But okay, I might be getting a little too crazy with this stuff. Okay. And I'm literally just tearing this mesh stuff apart. Just shoving it in there. Okay. That's actually cute. A little bit more. I need to stop putting that there. Alright. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna use some hot glue. I'm really hoping that, no, you know what, I'm not using hot glue. I'm using Fabri-Tac. I'm a little afraid that it's gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna put some here. So it's looking a little messy right now, but let me just show you guys a close-up. Sorry for the lighting, guys. It's because of all the black. So there it is. It's kind of looking spooky. See how fuzzy that thing is? So gross. Okay. This is gonna get put on here. And I think I just need to sneak in some foam back here. I might have some scrap foam in black, and I just need to stack it on up. So I'm going to use some of this Distress Oxide, and let me get a tool. Okay, so I do have my brushes, but I'm going to use my finger one, because sometimes you get more control with this, and I am going to dab it off somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to dab this off, and then I'm just going to lightly go over the edges just a little bit. I'm just gonna like go over. Okay, you could barely tell on camera, but in person you can tell. I'm just gonna go over a little bit on the top just to make it a little dirty. Okay, it blends in better. It's not too like out there. I don't know why I did that with my hands, but okay. So now, oh, whoa, jeez, totally forgot that was not glued on. Okay, I did pull out some of these silver little balls because I kind of wanted to scatter some around. So I think I'll do that after the fact, but I do also have some of this eyelash trim. Now, all these textures are going to add to the tag, but it's also going to add to your mess in your craft room. So if you have a clean room, I don't think it'll be that much of a deal. But me, I have a big, it's getting there. I'm slowly working on cleaning it, but this doesn't help. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some Fabri-Tac to this. And I'm just going to put it like here. And just glue this down. Alright. It's looking fuzzy. You guys can kind of catch it right here on the outer edge. I love that small, like, peeking, like, of pink, sorry, let me start over. I love that little peak of pink coming out through the back there. I might have to add just a little bit more to the corner, though. So, I'm just going to cut off a little strippy strip. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm just going to add this right there. Okay, sorry y'all. I got very quiet on y'all there, but I was very focused trying to add in this pink. I think what I'm gonna do now is add some of these balls. Those are from Dollar Tree during Christmas, which actually should be coming out soon, if not now. And so I'm just gonna add them in random spots. So I'm gonna remove this skull, add some fabric tack in random areas that I know are going to be seen. So, best believe I got balls all over my floor now. But I'm going to add more in little areas. Crazy. Okay, let me see. What I was going to do for the outer edge was put some of this moss on there also. So I was actually going to tear some of this. I totally forgot this thing was not glued. I need to glue this down before I forget. Okay, so I actually have some of these that were from last year when I was working on Christmas stuff. So I'm just going to cut them into small pieces because I'm going to put it in this little area. And I'm going to go and put it here. So I'm just going to add some hot glue on here. And put it here. Perfect. So I'm just going to add hot glue all up on this thing. That was scary. Alright. He's so cute. He, she, whoever you want it to be. So cute. Okay. Let's throw these away. Okay, so let me just see if I still want to add this to the side. No, I think it's just going to be too much now. So what I'm going to do, honestly, it's really not that bad. I was going to cover it up with glitter. But I think I'm just going to go around it with black soot. And guys, like I said, I have so many of these, so I'm not worried about doing it doing my ink pad like this. I don't mean to destroy it like this, but I'm just going to go around what I can. Okay, that is fine. I'm just going to mark on here that this is more for like using pad on paper. Okay, and then just give it a little cut here and there. You kind of want it to, you don't want it to be too straight, you know, it's kind of like hair. Sometimes you want to have layers, so. And then what I'm going to do next, so that way it dries, I'm going to do a little bit of splattering. And I was going to do Lawn Fawn, but I think I'm going to go with my Dr. P.H. Martin. And I'm going to bring in my splat box. Got, of course, hair in there. Don't you guys love, I don't know if any of you guys had postpartum hair loss, but that's me. both times. Okay, so I'll show you guys when I do it. I'll just move it. Just okay, so I'm literally hitting the F out of it to just get larger flings because I'm not using my finger, but you guys can see the splatter on there. So that is Mr. Dr. P.H. Martin. And I'm gonna wash this, but not now. Okay. All right. And I just watered it down a little bit with some water, and I just used the distress sprayer from Tim Holtz. This was not intended to just constantly pull out random Tim Holtz products, but I love his stuff. Okay. So last thing I need is sentiment. Trick or treat. Boo. Okay, so this is actually not bad. It's gonna cover up a lot of stuff, but I think I'm gonna use it, and I think I'm gonna do it in the hot pink. Okay, so to bring this back, I'm gonna just use use the same paper that I used for the back of the skull. Okay, so here it is. Perfect. Okay, so went ahead and I die cut that, and now I'm just going to place it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to ink up the edges on these with the black soot, and I'm just going to go a little bit over. Okay, you guys, so it's actually the next day, or like the next morning, and I got one to nap. Of course, it's the baby, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, like I said earlier, glue these down. I did already ink them up, and then what I'm gonna do is after I put them on the tag, then I'm gonna ink them up a little bit more, just to try to blend them into the tag. So let me go ahead and glue these. I'm gonna kind of place them where I want them first, so that way I know it's gonna fit correctly. And I know I did the embossing and stuff behind. You could still see it, even though I'm gonna have like this little sentiment thing here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this black soot distress oxide, and I'm actually going to go over again the letters, but I'm just gonna try to go over them lightly. I was trying to look and see, I did, you guys, sorry, did find my bat die from Tim Holtz. I did put it back, so good for me. But I did, when I was working on popping him up, I don't know if you all remember seeing this, but this is a witch hat, and it's actually the inner part of a shaker that I made last year, which I did a project share on. And I'm actually going to use it on his head. I just think it would look so cute to kind of have it tipping off the end of his head right here. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so I have all that. Yeah, I just think it'll look really cute. And it is really plain, so I think what I'm going to do is use my Stickles in Black Diamond to add that on. And all I'm going to do is just put it onto his head here. And I'm just going to cut off what I need. I'm going to leave the backing on to the part that's hanging off. So I'm just going to trim off the end here. Okay. So I'm going to use some hot glue to put this on. I just think it would look so cute like that. Okay. It is covering up a little bit of the moss that I put in there, so I think I'm just going to add a little bit more. See everything. There we go. We'll do all the stickles last, since you know that stuff can get messy, since I forget easily. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the bats. So I actually didn't die cut them yet. Probably should have. So let me do that. I'm going to use black cardstock. Okay, so I went ahead and I die cut some of these. And I went with the smaller one since I have a smaller tag. And I already have, like, I want the skull to be more prominent, I guess, on the tag. So I went with one of the smaller size bats and I cut those out of black cardstock, 110 pound. So go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so for this one up here on the top, I thought that I would go with the smallest bat that looks like it's kind of flying. Because when you, look at bats or anything that's flying and it gets higher and higher, it gets smaller, right? So I thought I'd use the smaller one, and then I used the small one that has the wings kind of flapping out right here to put on top of this, kind of. And then this one is a little bit smaller, and that's to put onto the, sorry for all that noise, to put on the corner of the little witch hat. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these on with hot glue. All right, so here's that. Ooh, it's looking nice. Okay. I'm loving the black because it's just kind of blending in, but you know, you can kind of see it. So I am going to add glitter, I think not onto the hat anymore. I think I'm going to add the glitter onto the bats. Let me see. Nah, I'm sorry guys, I'm very indecisive right now. I'm not going to put glitter. I'm just going to put glitter on the letters, so it just kind of adds some glitter to the top that I have down here. And then I need to add my little pops. So I remembered that I was adding these little styrofoam balls, and then I have these pops. So these pops are in purple. I was thinking I can scatter in a couple of those in here as well. And I think I'm going to only grab from this pack of sequins, which is called Night. So I'm going to grab from there as well. And so let me do that really quick. I'm going to throw this into a little thing here so it's easier. This is called Galaxy. If you guys haven't seen my haul video, I'll make sure to have that link down below. It will be in a playlist, so just look out for that. Okay, and this one's called Night. I'm going to throw this into the packaging so I remember. And if you guys know me, I love adding sequins and stuff, so I'm going to add a couple here. All right, and then for the little hat right here, it does need something. I see that here there's some jewels that are pretty large, so I'm gonna see if it'll fit. Okay, so there's that. Anything else? I'm gonna go ahead and add the glitter. I think that'll be the last thing I do. I know I wanted to add some to the eyes actually. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna add little eyeballs to my skull. I just think it looks so cute. So I used 2 different sizes. So the one that is more at an angle behind this one right here, I made it smaller so that the pupil is a little bit smaller, and the other one's bigger. I hope that makes sense. Good. Yes. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna do the glittering like I said earlier, and we should be done. Okay, so I am adding a little bit of glitter to the bats just to help them pop out a little bit more. And I'm just doing it at the bottom of the wings, and this one again is called Black Diamond. Okay. And I did add glitter to the letters, but I didn't do too much because I forgot that I distressed them a little bit. So I still wanted to be able to keep that distressing on there. But I am all done now, I promise. Last thing I need to do is just add some string to the top. So I don't know, I was thinking of using some of this cord that I have. I just love the texture on it. I don't even remember where I got this, to be honest. But I'm going to go ahead and put it through here. Just going to do a pull through, like not, and then I'm going to tie a couple of these around to make a bow. Okay. So I'm just cutting enough to have 3 strands, and then I'm going to go here. Okay, so I didn't like how it looked with the bow. So I'm just going to leave it as is for now. But here it is, you guys. This is how my tag turned out. Alright, so here it is. This is how it turned out. I love how it turned out. Here is all the glitter. Let me try to adjust my camera's settings really quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna darken it a little bit so that way you guys can see a little better. Okay, there you go, that looks better. Alright, so there it is, the tag, my Spencer tag first, and I love how it turned out. I don't do much Halloween tags or cards. I know, I love tags and stuff, but if I'm doing mail, I don't really do tags. I love to do embellishments, but I'm loving how this thing is turning out. So cute. There's all that texture in there. See? And here are the little balls that are there in the corner. You guys can see, like, I put the purple in there. There's a little bit of the silver. And the splatters on there. You can still kind of see the embossing in the back. And the bats are right here in the corners. And the spider. But there it is, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any questions on any of the products that I use, you can go ahead and leave them down below. Let me just show you guys really quick the eyes. Do you see the little, I have the little eyeballs in there. so cute. He's like looking downward. But yeah, so again, leave any questions linked down, leave them down below if you guys have any questions. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. But I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.